Hello and welcome to another stupid video. What do we have on the show today? Today, again, the purple Amiga 4000.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
It has a Raspberry Pi that is 4 gig. It runs Windows 11 ARM, which is way underpowered for what it's doing. It's controlling fans and a streamer. And it only runs on Windows, and the best way to hide it was on a Pi. So I went out and I bought a 16 gig Pi. And I've tested it, and it works pretty well. I want to do an NVMe SSD. This is a M key of 512 gigs, because that's what I had. And I want to put it on here. But this only has a micro SD slot. So I went on Amazon and I spent $12 on this S2 Pi M2 2280 PCIe to NVMe top. I made a big mess of my desk, so I figured let's do this thing and see how it works. Here it is. Let's open this up and inside. So here's a picture of how it's supposed to look. Ooh, fancy dancy. Alright, put this here, plug a cable in, and that's it. You gotta enable the PCIe function by editing the boot config text. You gotta modify the EEPROM. Well, that's gonna be fun. So there's a little cable here. You have to lift up this little peg ever so carefully. Make sure your glasses are extra dirty so you cannot see a thing. This cable goes in this slot. To RPI5 it says. Okay. It literally sits in here like that. It doesn't depress. This lifts up. You lay the cable in there and push that little plastic thing back down. That has to also go in here, which is going to be just extra fun. So you get a really crappy screwdriver and a bunch of little bits that I'm going to drop right on the floor. We got to put pegs in it to raise it up, which might interfere with my stuff. It looks like they're all the same screws. This is a magnetic screwdriver, which helps. Put this in here and spin one of these posts on. I like to put the screw through the bottom and kind of spin the post on, because it makes it a little bit easier when you're not 17 and have the eyeballs of a hawk. We gotta slide this on and put this cable, but I gotta get this cable in here. This board is a lift, so you should just be able to lift this up like a fold up like that. That'll be easier. After I spent forever getting the board side in, I gotta do this side first. Two hat. I'm just gonna stick it in there and lock it down. That way, this is more in a straight line for me to not be able to see it. And wow, it just went in the first time. Just like college. This has a little pin for power here. You have to line up with the GPIO. This is meant to work with the stock Raspberry Pi 5 cooler. You're going to put in screws on the top. I've already written Windows 11 and tested it. And it worked. Wait a minute, why do I have another cable? Why are there two cables? No? Okay, so I have an extra tab and an extra ribbon cable for some reason. That's a good thing, because if you break it, we'll put the M2 screw down. And that's that. I will probably have to take this back out, put it in this reader, modify the thing if my Pi doesn't support it. So that has done absolutely nothing. Let's press the Pi's power button here. There's nothing in the SD card slot. It's not listening to me. So re-yank it, or plug it back in. Press the power button. We have a green light. This should come on to a light for activity. There's the activity. Do we see anything on display? I do see blinking. There's the Raspberry. There's the video screen. And we have nothing. It's wonderful. Let's verify that the drive still works by removing it from the adapter. And we're going to plug it into the inland USB Type-C with an adapter. USB-C to A in the USB 3 port. Now the fan does not come on. This lights up. There's the fan on. I think the hat's doing something. It doesn't like the hat. Let's see. Video signal. How to enable the PCIe function on RPIOS. Bad China. So this don't work for nothing. And the connection is certified for, okay, so it says, by default, external PCI is not enabled. Okay, so we got to boot Linux. Save these little spare parts that I'm going to lose. When I lose this in the future, I'm putting it in the Y-Files cup, okay? Lizard People holds the Pi. Dude, let's plug this in. Okay, we have, it just says Windows. Great. There is no boot. It's Windows ARM, like Windows on Raspberry setup log. EFI partition. I can't mount it. I'm going to image my twister and write it to the NVMe. Let's do that. Let's see what happens while we're waiting on that to image. We'll put the original Raspberry Pi branded card in here. Basically what I did was I enabled this line right here. DT param equals PCIe X1 RPI EEPROM dash config edit or dash edit PCIe underscore probe equals 1 boot order 0xF. Can we 0xF? I don't know. 416. 0xF 416. Control X. Yes. Flashed some shit. Did some stuff. Let's see what happens. This does have a light on it. It's blinking. The fan is on turbo. Does it work? Most likely not. How to booting from NVMe. That doesn't work for shit. Because the file was edited on the thingamabobber. To enable it, which one's going to boot? Nothing, because I changed the EEPROM boot order, which means I can restore it from Raspberry Pi Imager. Today's interrupter is, let's see, Kevin, maybe? It's Kevin watching something and says, yay, commercials.
Well, there it is. I got TV on all my devices and apps and anything that runs this free HD home run app using this little box in the closet. I'm using this temp shitty rabbit ear antenna. I got a real one showing up tomorrow to put in the attic next to the window. And already I get like 15 stations even with this little shitty guy. So that's pretty cool.
Expect a video on that in the past. So probe it, boot UART equals 1. I don't know what that means. Power off on halt boot order. Control X, yes, enter. Flash ROM update successful. Okay. PCIe light is blinking and does nothing. It's not like you can just plug it in and it magically just works. So that's what it says to do. But before that, under the upper section here, with its broken English, how to enable PCIe functionality. Alright, I'm yanking the power. I'm pulling this card out. And I'm going to see if I get the Raspberry Pi screen. There's no boot device at all. Nothing. I should see the Raspberry Pi screen. Perfect. Trying boot mode USB. It's 9:51 p.m. I took a little break. I deep fried a crap ton of food. Chicken tenders, pork cutlets, like these mozzarella stick looking things are a sliced pork chop, and then what we call Western fries or wedge fries, and then of course chicken wings with my own barbecue sauce.
Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in they get all huggy-buggy?
My sauce would give Bill Cosby's sauce a run for the money.
I love this chicken. Hi, Rudy. You look real nice today.
More, and I just decided to go with the #1 Raspberry Pi dude, Lee PSP. Hi, Lee. Thank you for the Pi-Mega reviews all those times. Right there. 4 gig 8, OS working. 2 gig and 16, not working. What is this? It's a 16. This is a Raspberry Pi 5 8 gig, which is supposed to work. So I'm gonna take this entire damn thing down again. Sudo raspi config. Alright, we're gonna go to advanced, boot order, NVMe. Flash in the ROM, USB, NVMe is the default boot device. Alright, let's press the button. Green light, we're going to look for this. Blank, blank. Video. Windows 11, that's it. That's it. It should boot so much faster. God. I effed around all day with figuring out there's something weird, there's something going on. And the one I wanted for it, the 16 gig, because I figured I'd have more faster boots, it would work. So thank you, Lee PSP, for your hard work in the Raspberry Pi world, helping an Amiga dude out, running Windows for his Amiga. Yeah, your device, inaccessible boot device.
2 hours later.
Nope, it blew a file out or something like that. Great, I'm giving up for the night. It is 12:12 a.m. and I've done this for hours. See, what fun. Raspberry Pi life is as almost fun as Amiga life. Nope. Whatever, we're going to safe mode it and see if it comes back up. We're using 2.4% of the CPUs and a whopping 2 gigs of 8. The only problem I have is the fans are not working since I've put this hat on. They work when I have Twister or anything else in there. It is so hot I can barely hold this, to the point where it's going to murder my 8 gig Pi 5. I know the fan works because when Linux is running, it's fine. When Windows is running, this thing should be burning right now non-stop. So it's 10 o'clock at night on another day, and as you can see here, this is the Raspberry Pi 5 4 gig out of the Amiga that runs the Windows 11. Its fan is on. Windows is loaded. But if I take this one, the 8 gig, with the NVMe that we just went through all that fun, its fan does not spin. What is the difference between these two fans? They're identical, just this is 8, this is a 4. With Raspberry Pi OS, it works fine. What is the difference, besides the RAM, that this one has? Oh, it works fine, still no fan. That's a problem. Or I just leave this thing alone because it works, because I'm taking this to World of Commodore, and I need something that's going to cool it. I don't care if it's slow to boot, I wanted more memory, so it ran faster. So if you don't know how to check your temperature in Linux, it's VC Gen CMD measure. Oh, this keyboard sucks. Underscore temp. VC Gen. No. There. 36.7 communist, or about 80 Fahrenheit. There it goes. There's the fan coming on. 51. So at 50, the fan comes on. And when it cools down, it'll go off. So, great. But the fan on Windows, on this guy, comes on automatically. I put the hat, the NVMe hat, on the 4 gig. Its fan screams and keeps it cool. This one just literally bakes itself to death. I had to put the Raspberry Pi OS card in there to let it boot and cool itself down. I have no idea why this fan runs full speed all the time. Okay, so handheld Chris here. This is it. The hat sticks up so much. I had to remove the sticky block of magnetic stickiness that it was attached to. And it's just a little piece of double-sided tape. And even that's making it too high. Okay, booger out. So that gives me at least room to wiggle it. I mean, it's still, it's like really close. But you know what? F it. I don't care. Got it. Everything's cool. All the fans are back to the way they're supposed to be. And the Amiga never came back up. I rebooted it and it just said, no sir. But the fan's working on the Windows side. It's downloading Windows updates off of WinGet. That's what this is for. World of Commodore 2025. I hope that it stops being a picky bitch where I can't get it to do anything because it's the most temperamental thing. 60 to 60, 100 megahertz Rev 6. Your computer's Amiga 4000. So, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.
Hey there, you know, they say laughter is the best medicine, but in your case, maybe a haircut wouldn't hurt either. Just kidding, you're looking great, champ. Keep being awesome, or at least trying.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?